A lot of people have this misunderstanding that meditation is a really difficult and effort based thing that is very exhausting and very much against their nature, right? If you ask somebody if they've meditated or recommend that they should, oftentimes they'll tell you, "Oh, I can't sit with my thoughts. I tried it. It didn't. It's not my type of thing," or "I'm too scatterbrained," or "I think too much." I want to tell you right now, I have ADHD. I am the most abstract, nonstop thinking, chattering up here type of person you'll meet. I'm on the highest end of that spectrum, maybe even ranked globally on that spectrum in the past. And meditation has done wonders for me. So I'm going to be explaining what insight meditation is, how to get into it, how to start, and how it's different from other types of meditation. I'll explain a little bit of the mechanism behind it. And yeah. So, what meditation really is, more than anything, summed up in one word, is relaxation. Meditation is a deep relaxation. And the way that we get to relaxation is through non reaction, right? So, oftentimes people will tell you, oh, meditation is just when you're aware, it's just when you're observing things. And this is true. People like to use the analogy of, your thoughts are clouds in the sky, and instead of identifying with the clouds, you just become the sky. You're just watching them. And the watching to me implies a watcher. Instead of implying a watcher, I just want you to get this sense that meditation is about not reacting, and so removing everything that's not you. The idea that there's some watcher in the back of your mind is not something you need to start with. It's something that's revealed by realizing that you don't have to react to every thought, every feeling, everything that comes up in you. You can just let it be. And as you let it be, you realize that it's not you. So here's an example. You sit down, you close your eyes, and you try to just be. This is the intention of how we start meditating. And then all of a sudden, a thought comes along. What did that person say about me yesterday? Oh, I didn't like that. This feeling comes up to match it, right? And then we react. Oh, they shouldn't have said that. I should have said this. I'm going to give them a piece of my mind tomorrow, and we go down the hole. We might think about that for 5-10 minutes. Or if you're like me, you'll jump ship a lot. One thing will remind you of another thing, reminds you of another thing. All of a sudden, it's been 20 minutes and you've just been thinking when you tried to sit down and meditate. Most people think this is a failure of meditation. The truth is that the moment you realize you were gone, you're already back. You just did a push-up. That is what meditation is. Meditation is building slowly but surely the habit of non-reaction, the habit of relaxation that allows you to let go of your suffering, of your struggles, and of all these different mental faculties that cloud your mind. You don't realize just how delusional you are. And I say that in the kindest way because we've all got our delusions. I've got my delusions. Your genuine perspective or experience, I should say, your genuine experience, the way you intake the world is changed through these reactions. There's a really common story or analogy, I don't know what you would call it, about a bow and arrows. So it goes that you get hit, somebody shoots you with an arrow, and you get hit first, and you feel this pain and this discomfort, and you're like, why me? And there's a really common story that I'll use to illustrate this about the first and the second arrow. So imagine you're walking, minding your own business, I don't know, you're in the forest, and all of a sudden you get struck by this arrow, and you react with this pain and this aversion. Oh my God, the shock ripples throughout your body. And of course it hurts. Of course it's not fair for you to get hit by an arrow. But what most people will do, instead of just taking it out and letting it go, okay, that was shocking, that was painful, that was scary, they will load their own arrow and fire it at themselves. That shouldn't have happened to me. I shouldn't feel pain. I don't deserve this. They start to pity themselves, but not even pity themselves in a loving way. They start to resist the reality that is, and so inflict themselves with more and more suffering. There's this phrase that goes, let go or be dragged. You have to let go of the experience that arose or be dragged along by it. This is the essence of why desire is suffering. This is the essence of why attachment is suffering. We live in a world that is constantly changing. And when I say constantly changing, I don't just mean outside events. I don't just mean that you're going to get old. I don't just mean that people are going to die in your life. These are extremely big things, but I don't even mean just that. I mean at the fundamental core of your mind and your body, when you look closely, everything is in flux always. We get this illusion of a solidified identity through our reactions to experience, because reactions create personas. Reactions create identities. If you don't want to get hurt, there is a list of actions, precautions, and strategies that you will engage in order to not get hurt. The attachment creates the identity, creates a list of behaviors that serve the attachment, right? And so people go their entire lives thinking this list of behaviors, this list of things that they do and ways that they act is just them, when it's not. Because you can let go of this reaction at any point in time. At any point in time. The only reason this is not obvious is because we don't have a habit of non-reaction. We have a habit of reaction. And so meditation is simply just slowly but surely chipping away and cultivating a mind that does not react. And in that, you push more and more. You push deeper and deeper into your levels of reaction, into your levels of identity, into your levels of delusion. Because each identity is a delusion, really. It's a good way to put it, right? The people with the strongest identities you'll ever meet, like narcissists and people who are full of themselves, aren't they so out of touch with how you feel, with how the world is? Aren't they so trapped in their ideas, right? So the first step to meditation is building this habit, right, of non-reaction. Every time you sit down and you just try to be, and your mind eventually wanders, because it always will, because that's the habit that's been there, and you come back, that is a win. Every single time you catch yourself, every single time you realize you're lost in thought, you made progress. You are watering the plant of non-reaction, and you are letting the tree of reaction that has been there your entire life slowly wither. It's a long process, but in even just a week of 5 to 10 minutes of meditation every day, you will notice a difference. In a month, it will be so easy to sit down and actually be able to establish some concentration, to just be without constantly having this chattering, constantly have all this volatility going on, because at the beginning, it's so extreme, the type of emotions and, restlessness and chattering you'll experience, right? But it only feels overwhelming because you don't have the tools to deal with it. There's this launching energy, this friction at the beginning to get started. But once you have that momentum, once you've been doing it for a week or 2 weeks, it is so easy to slip right in. And then we get to the second part of insight meditation, which is insight. So insight meditation, also known as vipassana meditation, which is the Pali word of seeing things clearly. In Spanish, it's intuitive meditation. This type of meditation is where we take this non-reactivity element, this concentration element, and we apply it to the fabric of reality. which sounds really, whoa, what's the fabric of reality? Until you realize fabric of reality is right here. It's in your six senses, right? And your mind and the five senses of the body is where all of your processing about reality happens. All of your traumas, all of your identities, all of your aversions, all of your understandings are stored within your mind and body. And so as you inspect, as you sit with and learn more about these senses, more about your mind, you unveil this whole other dimension of experience and you see things for what they are. So this is how you get started. All meditation has an object. You can pick any object you like, but it has to be within the six senses of the body. You can't pick a water bottle. A water bottle is an idea. This is a concept. What's not a concept is me grabbing it, that feeling of me grabbing it, the seeing. If I kind of try to zoom out from the object that I'm conceptually processing, the seeing is also just seeing. That's real. But we can kind of fall into the idea of it through seeing. So it's much harder. You can also hear it, right? Maybe we can smell it if you don't wash your water bottle. As long as the object is a part of your six senses, you're totally okay. You can sit and you can listen to birds, listen to the wind, listen to grass moving. You can walk and watch the sensation of your feet closely. Or my personal favorite is to just have open awareness. Just sit and be and let your awareness just go wherever it wants. That's my favorite because it just feels the most organic to me. I can focus a little bit more on concentrating in that way. So I'm the type of person that I have a lot of reactions, I guess, to focusing. And so if I really try to focus on my feet, I'll get really conceptually ingrained in that, and I'll stop meditating and I'll start, like really thinking about the ways in which my feet, so leaving it open is the best for me, and it's going to be different for everybody. That is okay. Whatever gets you off the ground. All these techniques are the same thing, but it is wise to play to your strengths as a fresh meditator, because like I said, there's that launching friction. There's that momentum that you need to get going. It's kind of silly to be like, this is the only way you can do meditation ever. Now, this basic framework can be structured in a lot of different ways. A lot of different teachers have had a lot of different takes on it. For example, S.N. Goenka. I did one of his 10-day retreats 2 years ago, and I meditated about 100 hours using his technique of just sweeping. So you do this like the sci-fi bioscan of your body. You sweep the entire, head to toe, every crevice, and you do this over and over and over again, methodically and cleanly, in order to get insight. But that takes a lot of concentration. And personally for me, it was so much that I just ended up visualizing a lot, and I had a hard time just being with the present sensations that were actually real. I got really confused. I'm like, is this in my head or is this actually something that I'm feeling? And so it ended up causing a lot of friction for me, but that might be a great technique for other people. Another style that I've learned about recently on my last retreat is called Mahasi style. And so that is where every time that you are noticing something, you make a mental, like verbal mental note. You let that, voice in your brain talk and say, seeing, feeling, picking up, putting down, whatever it is, as long as it's connected to you and not a concept, as long as it's connected to your six senses, notes are fine. And supposedly, I haven't done it enough, but supposedly it helps you build a conceptual, like a bypass around the concept, and this perceptual connection that gets strengthened with, okay, this is seeing, I'm used to this, I've noted this before. Supposedly that's what it does. I haven't tried it too much, but there is all sorts of variations around this. All you need to know is that they all are doing the same thing. They're all preference. It's whatever helps you that you should engage with and follow. And more than just following what other people have put, you should follow your own structure. You should follow your own heart. You should follow your own intuition about how meditation should be done, right? A lot of teachers get really scared that people are going to hear this and go off the deep end, and that they're going to, come up with some wacky system. But just keep it simple, stick to the basics. Don't overrush yourself or think you're going to come up with like the ultimate, bypass, the ultimate efficient technique. You can't do that, right? Like there's a price for every insight that you get, which is the non-reaction and the total feeling and the total being with experience, right? So there's no shortcuts. You're never going to discover a shortcut, but just whatever helps you stay present, whatever helps you stay connected, go for it. Follow your intuition. Be with your heart. Be grounded. Keep it simple. If you find yourself getting really out in no man's land, stop. If it feels bad, stop. Just do what makes you feel connected to your six senses, what makes you present, and what is, again, sticking to the core principles of not obfuscating, not reacting, not focusing on a concept or something beyond yourself. So that's basically how to do insight meditation and what it is. I'll be making more videos in depth about, tips and understandings that you're going to come to if you start trying this. But just before I end this video, I'm going to give you some like really basic, like front runner tips if you are completely new to meditation and you're going to try it after watching this video. Tip number 1, the most important attitude that you can have in meditation is patience. Don't expect anything of it. You're just discovering, you're cleaning mud off of a diamond. You are letting a lake settle. Stop throwing rocks in the water and just see the ripples push out. You're not expecting. You're not generating some aura. You're not astral projecting. And you're not going to be perfect. You're going to encounter a lot of bullshit. Your mind is going to chatter. That does not mean that you're doing it wrong. You just have to be with it. You just have to sit with it. And slowly but surely, the agitation will settle. It'll come down. And you don't have to do a lot of meditation every day. This is tip number 2. Sit down. That's it. Just sit down. Don't say, I'm going to do 30 minutes. I'm going to do an hour. I'm going to do 5 minutes. Just sit down. Step 1. Step 2. How do I feel? Sit down, close my eyes, how do I feel? And that means what it really means. How do I feel? I don't want to meditate. That's how I feel. So watch that feeling. You think meditators don't want to, just want to meditate all the time? You think we don't encounter the feeling of restlessness? That's like the number 1 feeling that I had to deal with. Sitting down, not wanting to meditate was the most common thing that I felt. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Just sit with the feeling. Just don't react to it. Don't indulge in it. Don't push it away. Don't pull it close. Just let it be what it is, and you are meditating. And what you'll find when you do that, the feeling settles. The feeling dissipates. It actually disappears. And this is when we get into the beautiful stuff, the enjoyable stuff about meditation, is we come to find that every time we just let things be, they settle. We let our anxiety be, it settles. We let our irritation be, it settles. We let our hatred, we let our angst, we let our craving, our aversion, our tension, our stress be, and they settle and go away. And then you're just sitting and you're relaxing, right? The final tip that I'll give is that if you feel like you are trying to focus too hard and you're trying to work too hard, there might be a helpful mantra for you, which I've used many times, which is you sit down and you tell yourself, I'm not going to meditate. Releasing the tension of I need to meditate or I need to do this helps you meditate. It has helped me drop in. There have been so many times where I've sat down and I'm like, I'm not going to meditate. And then I meditate because I've just let go, because I'm just being. Because beyond the concept of meditation, beyond the idea of improving yourself or purifying your mind, what we are doing is just existing. We're just being, right? So be patient, be persistent. Don't get discouraged. Please, please, please don't get discouraged. Just watch your discouragement. Just watch your irritation. Just watch your restlessness, and it will go away. And then finally, don't work too hard. Follow your intuition. Just be with yourself. Just relax and keep it simple. Okay? All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so excited to be making more content like this. If you want to support me, you can check down my links below. My other favorite place is Substack. That's where you can support me financially and also where you can see some of my writings. And yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. Much love, and I'll see you in the next video.